Welcome to Call to the Principal's table. Or I guess Miss Mendez's table, because I don't know where Marianne is. Can someone please find Principal Marianne?
Sorry, it's been so crazy. I'm here. This has been the wildest morning. I am so sorry, Chris.
I was starting to sweat.
Oh my God. Wow. I am a mess. I need to calm down.
Would you like your shoes?
Yes. Thank you. Get these heels off. That's perfect. Oh, thank you. All right. Nice, Mendez. There's a running joke on my staff that they call me the new Mrs. Rogers. But to me, that's a compliment because Mr. Rogers, where's the music? I liked it. Kind of loved it. Yes, it's helping. Put my shawl on. Oh, Mr. Rogers, we miss you. You were one of the greatest teacher preachers. I love you. Oh my God, this is helping me so much. Could you be mine?
It's a neighborly day in this beauty room. It's a neighborly day for beauty. Would you be mine? Would you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like
All right, enough. Onward. What's going on, Miss Today? We're already behind schedule.
You have a very full schedule today. We have 4th graders, 5th graders, some parents, some teachers.
Okay.
So we got to keep these sessions short and sweet.
And I'm late. Okay. So, what's up with the 4th graders?
We have first Caden and Miss S wanted to talk to you.
Okay.
And then you have Gianna and Tristan that would like to join in afterwards.
Okay. And do you know what it's about?
I think it has something to do with transition, change.
I remember. Okay. So one of the things that every child deals with during the year is transitions. The transition of the seasons, transition from one class to the next, transition from one teacher to the next. And most of the time, I don't think we give it enough attention. How do we navigate transitions? And I remember at the change of seasons, Caden was very upset about not being able to wear his shorts anymore. And I bet that's what this is about today. We're going to look at that. So, Caden and Miss S, please come out. We'd love to have you on call to the principal's table. Come on in. Hi, Caden.
Hi, Principal Marianne.
It's so good to have you here.
Why, thank you.
Caden has a very special spark as far as I'm concerned. What's your special spark?
My special spark is to draw.
Not just draw, but this guy draws the most amazing cartoon characters, right?
Why, thank you.
Why, thank you. Caden, I think you are like a comic book store.
Thank you.
I love it. Now, Miss S, she has the pleasure every day of traveling with the 4th grade class, and they are quite a group.
They are.
Right? Because it's a group made up of a lot of transitions, a group made up of a lot of kids who've transferred to us, didn't start out with us. But Caden, you started out with us from when? How old were you when you started our school? Do you remember?
Maybe I was 5 or 6.
5.
I don't know.
So little. Do you remember being different then? You were. You were very much on your own back then. You didn't talk to a lot of people. You were kind of doing your own thing.
Huh.
Now, how is that different? I see you having a lot of friends right now. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would agree. I do that.
You're a great friend. So yes, are you here to talk to me about that transition from the beautiful warm fall into the cold winter?
I remember Miss Blair wearing shorts
They're my favorite type of pants.
Shorts are your favorite type of pants. Do you remember what happened when the seasons changed, Miss S?
I do, because he was not wearing shorts anymore, so he was wearing long pants.
Because it got colder.
Yes, it got colder, and we were concerned because it was very cold out. So what my little friend here was doing is he was wearing long pants, but he would hike them up all the time. He would pull them up.
Oh, you'd make them into shorts.
He would make them into shorts.
It's
Like
true,
just like
he
this.
did.
Very
It's
clever.
true, he did.
He did. Oh, your pants are talking. Are the long pants talk? Guess I have a special guest.
Really?
I have two special guests. One is long pants. Miss Mendez, could you bring long pants to the table? Hi, I'm Long Pants.
Hi, long pants. Hey, brother.
Hi, brother, Long Pants. And the other is coming out of the closet. He's been hidden away since October. Short Pants.
Hey, shorts.
Did you miss me?
I don't trust you. My long pants don't trust the shorts.
Wait, here, use this Long Pants.
I don't trust no shorts.
Why don't you trust me?
God.
What do I do?
But fine. Da.
Hayden and Caden and Aiden all love me.
Oh, da.
They want to wear me. They like me better than you.
That's not very nice. Da.
You're right. It's not very nice. I'm sorry. But you're the one who said you didn't trust me first.
That's big. I don't trust anyone with short feet. Your feet are short. On the other hand, are long.
Some are long and some are short. Different seasons. You belong in the winter.
They both have a very
Of
important
course they
purpose.
Oh, wait. Miss S just said something. What was that, Miss S?
They both have a very important purpose.
What's their purpose?
Yeah, what's my purpose?
Well, long
What's my
pants
purpose?
keeps our legs warm.
What?
In what season, Kaden?
I keep your legs warm in the winter.
And what season do short pants are on us?
I keep your legs warm during the summer.
I think you keep our legs cool during the summer, Short Pants.
Thank you.
Oh,
You're cool and you're warm. Maybe a
I'm
little
so
hot.
jealous. Oh,
No, do we solve problems by hitting each other?
Oh,
You could. I get it. You're jealous. How couldn't you be jealous of my beautiful shorts?
oh man, I may be longer, but I'm still jealous.
I get it. You're jealous. I'm really special. Everybody loves
I'm so tired.
me. Oh no. I'm sorry. That was kind of mean of me. You're special too because listen, if Caden wore me in the winter, his legs would freeze.
Oh,
He needs you now.
Oh.
You're a good friend to him.
yeah, good point.
Good point.
I'm not jealous anymore.
Really? Do you think we could get along?
For sure. Best friends, secret handshake.
Or leg shake?
Leg shake. It says leg shake. All right, let's put our friends down a second. So, Caden, it did take you a while to get used to wearing the long pants again, right?
Right.
And when you had to put your short pants in the closet, how did you feel?
Sad.
Yeah, you were sad that you were going to miss them?
Yeah.
Or were you sad that, like, summer was over?
I was happy because I didn't get to wear my shorts anymore.
Yeah, you were sad because you didn't get to wear your shorts anymore.
I missed him too.
Oh, I missed you too, Caden.
Well, he doesn't. But don't worry. He'll wear you again this summer.
That
That's
really
what we
helped.
He'll
discovered.
wear you
Discovered.
again in 6 months.
6 months? I think it's almost over because wait, it was like October, November, December, January, February, March, April. It's almost here. We're going to get to be together together again.
Yay! Oh man, but I won't be at use anymore.
Is that true? What do you think, Kaden?
Kid only wears me in the winter, and he only wears shorts in the summer.
You won't be of use anymore. Oh, Miss S, look how sad
Wait,
Long
I got
Pants
an
got
idea.
it.
I know, but I can wear, but sometimes I can wear shorts, and I sometimes I can wear long pants.
So they both have value to you.
Oh, wait a second. I think she's wise one here today. How do they both have value? What does that mean? Is this one worth $100 and this one worth $100?
Hey.
How much value do they have? What kind of value, Miss S?
Well, these, right, keep you very warm when you need to be warm, and these keep you cool when they need to be cool.
Yeah.
So when we wear them at the right times, what are we? We're always
Switching.
we're
I
always
take a turn.
comfortable and taking turns, switching off, and we're also
I love this
Comfortable.
word comfortable because this was the thing. You were uncomfortable that you had to put your shorts away.
Yeah.
But your body, your mind was uncomfortable, but your body was cold. And it was uncomfortable wearing short pants. So it was like a fight between your mind and your body. Your body was saying, I'm cold, I need long pants to be comfortable.
Yeah, I was cold.
But your mind was saying, I'm uncomfortable with changing. I don't want to say goodbye to my shorts.
It's true. We do.
I don't.
That was what my brain said.
Yes, and now the heart says,
I
oh,
love shorts.
and does it also love long pants?
It does now.
The heart has room for short pants, long pants. The heart has room.
How about this big song? Short pants and long pants.
Short pants and long pants. Are you a short or a long pants kind of guy? I happen to be a long pants girl or all year long, even in the summer. I hate wearing short pants.
Hey,
We're the opposite.
Hey, that's not very
Oh, I'm
nice.
sorry. I don't hate you. I just don't like wearing short pants.
Well, that's not very nice.
I'm sorry.
But what was nice about this whole solution is that
Oh, let's
Kaden-
put it down because here comes the wisdom teacher. Go
Kaden
ahead.
wrote down his concerns about this, and it kind of was very therapeutic for him because he recognized that the pants would come back. We weren't taking them away, and they had a place, just like the long pants had a place. And it was very good that we heard his reasoning as to why he was so upset about it. And maybe if we listened to people's reasoning, it would be a better world.
And what did you remember about his reasoning?
His reasoning, I think one of them was that he was afraid that the shorts weren't going to come back.
Right. That he was going to miss them.
He was
I
gonna
remember
miss them.
talking about that with you. And guess what? I so know that feeling, Kaden. I have certain clothes, like this Mr. Rogers shawl, that if I don't have it at school, I miss it.
You missed me?
I do. And then in the summer, when it's so cold, I don't get to wear my warm shawl, and I miss it. Because it makes me comfortable.
I always miss you too during the summer.
I love you, shawl.
I love you too.
You keep me comfortable.
That's just doing my job.
You're just doing your job.
And I
But
love my job.
guess what? Sometimes it's okay to be uncomfortable. Right?
this spark
Why do you
made-
think it's okay to be uncomfortable sometimes? What? Yeah, what does it help us do?
It helped us.
It's a hard question.
Yeah, that's a hard question.
So let's think about it in terms of your pants. Being uncomfortable, right? Saying goodbye to your shorts helped you to do what?
It helped me to figure out that I could just wear my long pants in the winter and my short pants in the summer.
Look what you figured out! You have that for life! You would have never figured that out if we said, just wear your short pants all year.
That
We
was just
made
my
you
butt.
uncomfortable. We said, nope, we're wearing long pants in the winter. And then you figured it out. So proud of you. And it's what our wisdom teacher told us is if we just listen to people, give their feelings a little room, like I'm going to miss my short pants, it might give them a chance to figure stuff out. I think you could make a comic book about short pants, long pants.
Maybe
Absolutely.
it could be a superhero comic book.
And I think it would help a lot of kids, Kaden, because a lot of kids have trouble saying goodbye to short pants and hello to long pants. Do you know your friend Eli? Eli had so much trouble putting on his winter coat when it got cold. He would not do it. He wanted to go out on the playground without a coat in 40 degrees.
Okay,
And
that would
we
just
had to
make
say
it
no.
cold.
Exactly. So we had to come up with a whole chart about what weather do you wear. Oh, actually, I have it right here. Look, Eli's coat wearing. 40 degrees or lower, what does he have to do?
Big winter coat. Looks.
And hat. 40 degrees or lower, he has to wear his big winter coat. 41 degrees to 50 degrees, he can wear his fleece with gear as necessary. 51 to 69, all he needs is his sweatshirt.
Wait, what's a sweatshirt? Is that
Just
the
like a little sweater,
is it
What
the
you call a
is
hoodie.
it,
a hoodie.
Oh.
And 70 degrees or above, whatever goes.
maybe like a
So
shirt?
every
Like a
day,
short sleeve shirt?
Eli checks the temperature and he knows what kind of coat to wear. And he was uncomfortable, but just like you, he figured it out, which is awesome. We learn a lot from you, my friend.
Thank you.
We love you so much. Do you know that?
Oh, that's nice.
Do you know why I love you?
Why?
What do you think?
Because I make good drawings.
I do love your drawing so much, but honestly, Kaden,
What?
I love you because you have the kindest heart.
Oh, that's nice.
It could love short pants,
Yeah, yeah.
and it made room for long pants.
You're not lying. I'm really kind.
You are. Miss S, do you love Kaden?
I love Kaden.
Why do you think she loves you?
What do you think?
Because I make good drawings.
And you're very kind
Oh,
and genuine. And you make very good choices. And you listen.
do you know what genuine means?
What?
Genuine means that you're a really honest person. You are who you are.
Mhm.
And that's perfect. So should we get some of your friends out here?
Why sure?
Miss Mendez, could you get the rest of those fourth graders out here?
Absolutely.
And we're gonna put short pants and long pants. Thank you for your star presents.
Wait, can we still stay?
You stay, Kaden. Do you want to come sit over here?
Okay.
Good.
That way
On my
I
lap.
can be right, that way I can be right next to my long pants and short pants.
Yes, you can be next to long pants and short pants. Here comes.
What up?
Come on in. We've got Tristan. We've got Gianna.
Hello.
And we have Noah back. Everyone scoot your chairs in a little closer so you could all be seen on camera. Noah, just pull you in. Miss S, we've got you there. Okay, so we keep talking about this idea of transitions and the transition being uncomfortable. So Gianna, you came to us from another school last year, right? You didn't start at the beginning of the year. How was that for you to come into a new school?
I kind of liked it, but I was also scared.
Of course you were scared. Were you uncomfortable?
No.
No, just more scared. What were you scared of?
The bathrooms.
That's true. I remember that. What were you so afraid of would happen in the bathroom?
Fire drills?
Yes. So I remember we had a fire drill, right? And then after that, you were really scared that you would be in the bathroom when the fire drill bell went off. Yes? And your class would leave without you. That's scary, isn't it? Definitely. And how did we get through that? Do you remember?
I totally forgot.
Well, I remember every day, every time you went into the bathroom, you would ask, is there a fire drill happening? Do you remember that? And we would say, no, Gianna, no fire drill. Then schools plan out their fire drills. We showed you the list. These are the days we're having fire drills. Still, you asked every single day, right? And then we started to tell you what?
Like, no need to be scared.
Yeah, we started to teach you how to talk to yourself. Oh my gosh, is it okay to talk to ourselves?
Of course it is.
Of course it is. How do we talk to ourselves like a good friend?
I'm saying you can do it and things like you're the best.
You'll get through it. What did you tell yourself when you went into the bathroom?
I just sang.
What would you say?
I sing.
You'd sing. Yes, that was another one of our strategies. You were so uncomfortable in that bathroom. You had to talk to yourself in a positive way. I got to do this. And then you found a distraction. And your distraction was to sing. Do you remember what you would sing?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't either. Miss Mendez, do you remember back there?
I used to hear her all the way in the office, and it made my whole day.
What would she sing?
She would change it up a little bit. Sometimes it was Katy Perry. Sometimes it was Lady Gaga.
Bye. Oh my gosh, modern singing. I didn't know that. Wow, that is so cool. She would sing her way through her tinkle, and all would be better.
What's a tinkle?
A tinkle is what you do in the bathroom.
Sing.
Sing? It's another word for pee.
I mean, like sing in the shower.
People sing in the shower all the time.
That's what I do.
Your mom sings in the shower? Uh-oh, you
I
just
sing in the
outed.
I
You,
sing in the shower.
what do you sing in the shower?
It used to be the theme songs of my favorite shows.
What's your favorite show theme song?
Well, I like Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse Club.
It's the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Come inside.
Come inside as we wash our bodies in the shower.
No, sing it the way it's sung. What? This. It's the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Whoop,
Come
whoop.
inside, it's fun inside. It's the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
So,
Go.
why do you think
Go.
singing helps us? Noah, you're kind of a good thinker. And then I'll ask you, Tristan, why do you think it helps?
distracts you from what you're doing.
Definitely does. Why else?
It makes your bodies comfortable.
It could make you comfortable. What else? What was it for you? How did it make you feel when you were singing those songs, Lady Gaga? Happy. Music totally makes us happy if we're singing happy songs. If we're singing a really sad song, it might make us sad
Like
too.
the blues.
Like the blues.
What is
The blues was created to sing about things that bother you. Like, I got the school blues.
I got the nobody likes the blues.
I got the nobody likes the blues. I got the bathroom blues. I'm afraid the fire drill is going to start in the middle of doing my. All right.
Let's go. Come on, everybody, get to the main project.
Okay.
Come on.
Come on, Tristan, come on in here. You could get us all in control. So Tristan is another one who came from another school. How was it like for you to come and join us in the middle of the year?
I was like, all right, I'll give this thing a try.
So uncomfortable because you're changing, but you talked to yourself and you said,
I'll give this thing a try.
that is so cool. Boys and girls, everybody out there, give everything a try at least once or twice, except drugs. Don't ever give drugs a try.
What's a drug?
Never,
Cigarettes.
ever,
Yeah,
ever. Or
nothing.
cigarettes.
Nothing.
No, don't do anything
like
like
cigarettes.
or e-cigarettes or
the-
anything bad like that.
Yeah, you don't, nothing.
Those
Drugs
are
aren't
kind of
anything.
medicines that people
Get
take.
addicted to.
They can. So, but try it. You figured, all right, I'll give it a try. How did it go for you? Wasn't an easy transition, right? You didn't know anybody. You came new to a class.
Yeah.
So what was it like for you?
I just came and then I just sat down and started minding my own business and listening to the teacher, and I started testing her to see if she was not like my old teachers.
Wait, this is cool. I never knew this. What do you mean you started testing her?
I started seeing if she was. I started checking out if she was like super strict or mean.
And you had Mrs. L.
Yeah.
She's kind of strict,
Mhm.
but was she mean?
No, I got used to her.
You got used to her style. Miss L calls it like it is. She's our science teacher, right? She just,
I enjoyed the science things.
you love the science, that those kinds of activities. Now I know one of the things you were sensitive about was friendships, right? Were you going to make friends with us?
Yeah.
How did that go for you?
I started making friends one by one.
One by
My
one.
first friends were the people in the class.
So Kaden, Noah, Gianna.
Ada, Sienna.
Yes, some of the other girls. So you started to make friends slowly. Miss S, also, you remembered that some of the conflict that went on between Noah and Tristan?
I do.
Do
I
you?
do remember.
Noah, you remember some of the conflict?
Yeah.
What was going on between the two of you?
We had fights.
You would have
And
fights.
Noah would make fun of me.
You felt like
never
Noah
did
was
that.
making fun of you.
I never did that.
Well, do you remember that big talk we had with you and Tristan?
Yeah.
Because I feel like it really turned things around.
Yeah, I remember that.
What was that? What do you remember about that? Kaden, you were there too.
I
We were in
remember.
Miss Key's
I
room.
remember.
Remember Tristan felt like his feelings were so hurt because he thought Noah betrayed him in a game.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Gianna, you remember it?
Yeah. What about the talking stick? Are you gonna use that?
Thank you. Do you have something to say?
Yeah.
About this? Do you remember when Tristan and Noah were having some troubles?
Yeah.
What was going on there? Do you remember
They
that
were,
day?
Fighting, and Tristan was saying I know I was lying.
So they were
No,
having.
I was saying that he was lying.
What it was is conflicts because they weren't listening to each other
Ah.
speak. They were listening to respond, not to solve.
Are she not like the elevated goddess sitting up on that stool?
Yes,
Where did you come from? We have the best assistants ever.
Yeah, that's
So wait, say this again. Say this. This is wisdom. It was about the way you were listening to each other. How were they listening, Miss S?
They were listening to respond, not to understand.
Yes. So you were listening from your head. You were preparing. What am I going to say? Not from the heart, which is understanding.
Yes, and Tristan was coming into a transit, so things were very difficult for him. So he was probably not only testing his teachers, but testing the kids around him.
Well, oh, do you think that
Tonight.
could be true?
Yeah, I do.
Like, are the kids going to be okay? Are they going to betray me? Are they going to take me as a friend? That makes sense.
And Noah, my friend Noah, is a very nurturing person by nature, so he likes to tell people like what if he knows the right way to do something, he likes to share that. And maybe in Tristan's transition, he was kind of thinking that maybe that was a little bossy, or he was being too involved. But what Noah was trying to do was just kind of take him under his wing. And now they do listen to each other, and they have a much stronger bond because they understand.
So really, understanding is the way to peace. The one time I came in, right, I came into Mrs. Keen's class with the two of you. Tristan was so sad. Noah, you couldn't quite get what was going on.
Yeah.
And you did play a game where you, like, sort of tricked him, right?
Yeah.
And you were so hurt by being tricked. And what I understood from that conversation was that Tristan is very sensitive to being tricked or mistreated, that it just broke his heart, right? You understood that? It was so vulnerable. The word is called vulnerable when it's like just a part of you. And then at that point, Noah, do you remember how you came to understand it?
Yeah.
What did we say about
we
that?
had like a talk in Miss King's room that we all said what like we're sensitive about.
And what was your thing that you were sensitive about?
My dad.
Right. And you showed us vulnerability by saying, right, if someone made fun of you for not having a dad, that would so hurt you. And I felt it in that moment. And since then, I haven't gotten another complaint. Like you said, Miss S, that the two of you understood each other. Did you understand something different about Noah that day?
Yeah.
What did you understand?
That he had lost his father.
And that he's sensitive too, just like you. And I can guarantee you, boys and girls, everybody has something that they're vulnerable about, but not everybody's brave enough to show it or to tell us. Like Gianna, you too. I'm going to pass it back to you. You have some vulnerabilities, yes, something that you have told me about, right, with your hearing. What is that like for you? Tell us what goes on there.
And I was little, my mom and dad didn't even know I had hearing loss.
So you've been living with hearing loss for a long time.
Deaf.
Not completely deaf, no. What do you have that's so wonderful?
Hearing aids.
Yes, did that change your life?
Yeah.
So miraculous.
Solved.
Yes, ta-da! Which is so beautiful and amazing. So, as a small class, right, you guys really are all very different. And you all have different things. Gianna has dealt with hearing loss, right? Tristan has dealt with not having the best friendship relationships. Caden has dealt with
with rolling up my pants sleeves like this.
rolling up the pants, rolling up the pants, rolling up the pants. Noah has dealt with being a boy without a dad. But is that who you are?
Yes.
No, you're so much more. That's one part of you. And you really do take good care of each other. Noah, you had said to me you wanted to talk about who you were as a kindergartner and how you've transitioned from there. Tell me, what did you want to tell us?
When I was a kindergartner, I used to have a lot of anger issues. And
Anger is tough on a
Anger
kindergartner.
issues.
That's hard for a kindergartner and for a kindergartner's teacher, right? What would happen?
so Miss Mendez said that I would go down the hall and then I would go to Miss Casella and I would kick her.
Ooh, I do remember that day you kicked your teacher.
That's
Not a good day.
harsh.
Yeah.
Do you,
That's just
do you
harsh.
think that some of that anger came because you didn't feel like anyone was understanding how you felt?
I don't know.
How did it
Maybe.
change for you? Maybe that's it. Maybe the part of the secret is understanding how it got better. How do you think it got better?
I did art therapy.
Yes, we did a lot of art with you, true.
Yeah, and I forgot what else I did. I think I did.
Did you talk about it a little bit?
Yes, I talked about it a lot.
Mm-hmm. That always helps.
Yeah.
Did you write anything down?
Not really.
But so now, as a fourth grader, you can look back and see that you changed.
Yeah.
So how does that make you feel?
Good.
Why?
Because I changed a lot since I was younger.
And in what kinds of ways?
In very, very, very good ways.
Change happens. Sometimes it takes a long time. Gianna, it took her a year to not be scared of the bathroom, right? And it happened. Took a couple of Katy Perry songs, but we got it. Tristan, it took you about a year to get used to our school, right?
Yeah.
and even make some good friendships. And it changed.
Yeah.
Is the experience different for you with us?
Yes.
What do you think is the main difference?
The main difference is that there are no people beating you up.
Oh, you used to get actually hit
Yeah.
by your friends?
Yeah, I got bullied.
No violence. But you and Noah, I had to talk to a lot about pretend shooting. Remember?
Yeah, nice when we stopped.
You totally stopped because we don't want to even imagine the violence. Especially as a kid who was hit.
I think I can imagine that.
We were talking about how you've changed since you came.
Yeah.
You used to just kind of be you and Mr. G by yourself. Now you're part of a whole
I am very
community.
sad that Mr. G left.
Me too. Shout out to Mr. G. Again, we got the best assistant. All right, fourth graders, I have the fifth graders waiting for me. We've got to say so long for now. Go get yourself some water.
Okay.
Up, wait, hold it. Kaden has one more thing to say. Final word. You got the stick?
I miss Mr. G. He was a good person. Sometimes he visits, but not a lot of
He's
times.
still a friend.
Yes, please bring
Oh,
Mr.
always
G
be
back.
a friend. Mr. G, you're always welcome back to our table.
Mr. G.
And thank you, Goddess. We were blessed with the great Miss S today.
Long live Mr. G's leg.
All right, fifth graders, quick. On.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Come in, fifth graders. Thank
so much.
you. Transition. So the fifth graders are joining us today because they are actually the sponsors of this show. Our fifth graders participate in the Entrepreneurship Spark. At our Christmas fair, they raised a bunch of money from things they sold. So they became our sponsor because it costs money to do this show. Even though Bobby, our producer, gives us a great break. Thank you, Bobby. It still costs us more than we have at Spark. But these guys sponsor us, and maybe others would too. Maybe you have some ideas, Hayden, on how I can get more sponsorship. You're the business guy. You got any ideas for me?
Kind of.
Kind of. What is it?
Some businesses around the school that I actually looked at.
Oh.
But yeah,
Oh, maybe you could talk to them for us.
we'll save that for later time.
For another time. So they are here to do their commercial for things they sell in their store. It's only fair. They sponsor us. They get 5 minutes. So what have you got for us today? We've got Maddie, Aiden, and Hayden because they are the what of the store?
Managers.
What does it mean to be a manager, Aiden?
It means to kind of run the store.
You run it? What are you in charge of?
Everything.
Everything. Oh, it's hard to be a manager.
No, it's pretty easy for us.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
All right, so what have you got? What's your inventory this month?
Matthew's our inventory sponsor, so thank you to Matthew for organizing these things for today.
So this is what we have. We have stickers.
Ah,
We will be
smelling.
selling.
they're not just any stickers, they're
Scratch and sniff.
scratch and sniff. What else?
We have a jumbo squishy.
Those cost $4.
$4, yes.
This is one of the best things as a fidget, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Or if you're stressed, what do you do with it?
Just squeeze it. We also have tinier versions. We have the medium and the small.
I'm going to give this, the one with the hearts, to Aiden because we're all in love with this boy because you are the sweetest. Give it a squeeze. Aiden.
Then we have the smallest one. That was the medium. This is the smallest one.
Oh, and how much is the smallest?
The smallest is, I think, $1 or
$1, yeah.
So $1. How much is that, Aiden?
I think 2. This is 2.
2 and 4. So anybody's price range, anyone could afford it. Small, medium, and large. What else have we
We
got?
have the hair sticks. For the
Those are 2 for $5.
Did you make them?
Yes, we
Yes.
made.
I'll demonstrate.
Custom made.
Wait, I'm going to put my hair up. Let's see if it works. So you do this.
This one on each side, yep.
Let's see. Are they functional? Sort of. It's me. I don't know how to do it, but you'll teach me. They're gorgeous and made with glitter. What else have we got?
Lollipops.
Zolly.
Real lollipops. Well, they are real lollipops, but they have 0% sugar, and they clean your teeth.
What? So they're a healthy version of the lollipop.
Yes, and they taste
In
really
line
good.
with Spark's health.
It's a good
Curriculum.
version of toothpaste, basically. We have all
Fantastic.
these flavors, which is orange, I think
Strawberry.
grape, lemon, strawberry, and another grape.
That is beautiful.
So these-
How much are a Zolly Pop?
Two for
Two for $5.
$2.
I mean, 2 for 1.
2 for $1. They're kind of expensive, but maybe not. You know pricing better than me. I'm bad
I would say
with
for all the things that it does,
Cleans your teeth.
yeah,
And it tastes
good. It's
Nice salesman.
sugar free. Yes. We
Wonderful.
have a Ninja
Fidget
fidget
spinner.
spinner.
Oh,
It's
tell us about
These are
this.
plastic. They come in different colors. They come in blue, yellow, purple, pink, green.
Would they be allowed to be used in the classroom? I'm still
No.
trying to test this.
I would say.
Is it no, Maddie? Teachers say no?
No, I think
Teachers don't like fidgets. Teachers don't like
Good
fidgets when you. Because these are originally for made to work kids who need fidgets. But then there's the people who don't need fidgets and just do it to do it.
Do you think we all need fidgets from time to time?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think we all do, right? Like, there is sometimes during the day I am so fidgety, and I could use a good
Yeah,
fidget.
And that's the perfect.
Oh, this actually all ties into a theme that we've been talking about on the show. Did you hear one of the themes on the show today, what we were talking about? Comfortable versus uncomfortable.
Yes.
So a lot of these things in the bags are really merchandise that does what?
It helps you like relieve stress and
It's
kind of just
kind
like
of like a.
Get more
Just like
comfortable.
something that you can move your hands with.
All right.
'Cause
This is awesome. Please, Spark L, the store for Spark Elementary,
yes.
is going to
School
be
store.
school store. If you want merchandise, families,
Please come.
we're going to be
$15
sending
for
them.
t-shirts.
Oh, and
$14
t-shirts. There's our
Silver
t-shirt.
Mendes.
They also sell t-shirts. Thank God for this group. They are amazing.
Yes.
But talking about transitions, 5th graders, one of our big questions at Spark is always, how do the 5th graders transition into 6th grade? Now, we can say, yeah, they do great, because you come out with a lot of skills. But are we going to just run that risk? Nope. So what have we started doing for the 5th graders to prepare you for 6th grade? What? Homework? Come on, is it that bad?
Yes.
Is it? But you're dealing with it. What other kinds of things? I walked in on Miss D today, and what was she working with you on? I heard her talking to Eli about it.
Oh, homework.
No? What about that?
Ooh, time responsibility.
Time responsibility, or in other words, time management. How do we begin to manage our time? And for you guys, from now until June, we have a transition curriculum. You're going to learn how to do a locker. You're going to learn how to manage all your tests and homeworks, projects, time management, so that when you go, we already know you'll be strong of heart, which means what, Maddie?
That you'll be like really like good working.
Yes, good work ethic. We know you'll be strong of mind, which means what, Hayden?
Keep the spark in you.
Yeah, but will you know how to read, write, do math?
Yes.
Strong of mind. And we know what you'll be strong in body, right? What does that mean, Hayden?
Like social skills.
Well, social, we embody who we are as a social person. You'll be able to deal with social. You'll also take good, healthy care of yourself. So those ways, but there are still some skills that you need to learn just to manage junior high school. But guess what? Every 6th grader will. But we're going to help you get there. Transition. All right, thank you to Spark L store managers. Off you go. And and we are going to bring in our final segment of the moms. Oh, yay, Miss Lori's back.
Strong and me.
Come on in, Michelle. Come on in, Liz. Okay, so we are back with some of the moms. Miss Lori is back, my
Fun
great
the first time.
philosopher and thinker. Yes, amazing. We say that Miss Lori also works at our school. So her and I were the empath and the Aspie. And
Yes.
and sometimes,
It's a good combo.
oh boy, the way those conversations go.
Right.
It's-
Intense, hard work, worth it.
Yes, for sure. So as moms, even just seeing your kids right now, we have Liz, who's Caden's mom. Has been with us since kindergarten. And we have Michelle, who's Gianna's mom. So, you know, one of the things I say is that having kids made me brave. Having the 75 kids we have at Spark makes me even braver. And it takes a lot of courage to take your child out of a school, especially not at the beginning of the year, somewhere towards that school has already started, and trust and start a whole new school. So how was that for you, Michelle?
You know, she struggled in public school, so we had visited Spark, and the minute we walked in the door, it was beautiful. We met you and Miss Rosalie, and we cried. My husband and I cried because we knew Gianna would be safe. She'd be happy. She'd be well taken care of, and she'd be able to learn in a safe, happy environment.
So what was it like seeing her, like, be so open to be on the show today?
Oh, so proud, so proud.
This is like for Gianna, who there was so much stress that she came in with.
Yes.
And I think she's gonna do something with like film or something. Like she was
Yeah.
bothering me for weeks. Like, why haven't the fourth graders been on? I want to get to the studio.
Yeah.
I was so comfortable.
So excited and not scared at all.
What do you think made the transition possible? Because that's really what we're talking about today, right? This idea of paying attention to the transition.
Right.
What do you think, what factors would you say went into that positive transition?
So the staff,
Yeah.
just and everyone was so supportive of her, and just going in and everyone accepted her.
Yeah, that kind of love, attention.
Absolutely.
God, it goes a long way,
Yeah.
for sure.
Absolutely.
So good to have her. I'm so glad you took a chance on it.
She's so happy.
And in the other ways that she's going to need to grow, like we can start taking that on with her in the next year and a half.
Absolutely.
So it's like taking care of that first layer of anxiety. Whenever there's anxiety, we have no idea of a child's potential. Once that layer's cleared, we begin to see, okay, now what do they need support in to grow? It's like taking the poison out of the soil.
Yeah.
And now how do we tend to this? And how about for you, Liz, seeing Caden on today? Come on.
It was wonderful. He is so excited. He can't wait to watch it. He said this was so great. And what made it even greater is that I was on it. He came out from here, and that's the first thing he said. So
Really?
So I'm very proud of him.
And, I was saying about his transition from who he was as a kindergarten boy
Right.
to who he is today. What would you say, really, you see as the biggest piece of...
I mean, he's a different person.
Right? I kind
Totally
of feel
different
that
person.
too.
He didn't feel the need to engage with other people. He didn't feel it necessary. Like, he was happy. He just, there was...
Again, he was so inside himself. And part of what we started the conversation last week about was that, you know, the children who are so far inside themselves, how do we begin to pull them out? And the children who are always so far outside themselves, worried about someone else, how do you get them to pull themselves back in? And I would agree with you, Caden's greatest growth has been in this safety, I would say, in feeling like he can be out. And his imagination, which is truly
This
his
is what
spark.
I was
Go ahead.
just thinking that he's done the transition, and well, to give a minute to the winter transition, which I think is the same thing, but it points to something higher. But he's done it without compromising who he is at his core, and he brings that value to everybody that's around him. The gifts of, we talked about just the puppet, the art.
Right.
And Gianna also, they've managed to do it without saying, I kill this part of me because this is what they want to see and this is what they want to come forth. I always say, the little flower, she's still a flower, but now I picture her, I've always said when I first saw her, she's the most delicate human I've ever saw in my life. I thought of like a flower's petal when I first saw her.
Yeah.
The fair skin and that, but something else.
No, you
I bet
know,
when I first
right?
saw her. And I used to just think like tender, tender, tender. And Caden last year also. But now when I see Jenna, I still see a flower. But I have this vision of her. I remember when we had Sandy hit us, and I had trees in my yard that fell, and just like, I mean, house wrecking trees. That was enough to bring it down. And I'll never forget the shock. I went out and there was just trees falling. And I was like, among all of these trees, bam, 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 I had a little rose that survived it.
Wow.
And yeah, I'm gonna get choked up
That's
because how I feel about your kids. And now she's this little flower. The flower's the most delicate thing, but it was rooted properly, and it came from a bush that we had pulled up,
Wow.
and it
Still.
survived that storm. And she's still our flower.
Maybe it's
But
like
now
a
this.
sunflower.
And
She's
with-
getting that warrior flower.
Yes.
Stronger.
She's getting
And
strong.
with Caden, he hasn't had to. I worried last year because what I thought was most precious about him, his spark, if you will, was that ability to go in and then bring back these treasures to us from this place that he
His
retreated to.
imagination.
And so I would think like he's getting, now you see him, he will take a piggyback ride. He'll come up and hug people. Last year he's like, I'm good, thank you.
Right, space, personal space.
But he didn't say, I'm pulling down this door to get to where I am. He can still go back there and bring stuff
And
at will.
What I love about what you're bringing to the table, Lori, is that throughout life, and we know the life cycle, we're always changing, and there are different passages that we go through. And many times when you reach that threshold, there is something you have to leave behind.
And you do. And
Right?
there
And-
is, but
But there's also something that you can never leave behind. And
That's
that
right.
is
That's
that purity of your spark, of what makes you you. And, you know, one of the little girls at Assembly, we were talking about our culture, and I said, so what is spark culture? And I don't know if you were there, she raised her hand and she said, well, you can answer a question and it can be totally wrong. That's spark culture.
that's us. That's why I come back day after day.
That is so much freedom to not feel like I am going to have to fit into the expectation of what it means to be a fourth grader, a fifth grader, a boy, a girl, you know, whatever labels and boxes we're put in. I don't have to fit into that. But I, again, like that idea of citizenship, I fit into this community where the basic rules are rules of goodness, and I can still be who I am.
And they're still reaching mark after mark. That's
Right,
not to
yes.
say they're not,
They're
and they're making the transitions. Like you'd begun talking about the winter transition with Caden. if it's okay to go back to that, because
Oh,
I think
definitely. It was
I
very
always
interesting.
think like the most simple things in life point to something higher. And so when we talk about winter, and this is my little plug just for health for the kids, because it's a big deal. I learned this last year from you. By winter, I was like, I don't know what it is. I don't know this. And you're like, hello, it's winter.
Right.
And then I was like, and
Seasonal
you know I
change.
hate winter. I'm from
Yes.
desert.
Yes, yes.
You know, I grew up in Arizona, I went to college, and then I moved it to New Mexico. So to come here, I always call it just pain. And I never gave it much more thought than that, the misery attached to it until you told me last year. So now I actually like thought about it. I'm like, oh, seasons are changing. Something's changing and is requiring me to change. I hadn't thought much about if your head's warm, the rest of you is warm. So there's these basics. And in terms of winter, you think about like the most balanced person, somebody not prone to any type of depression, somebody who's very good at transitions and stuff. They're gonna drop several degrees mentally, and the immune system goes down in winter. So there's this preparation. And I was thinking about this as the kids were talking when Caden was saying it. And one of the things I envy about you as a mom, I have to say, because my son's on the spectrum, is I would, a lot of times I see the progress your boys have made, and I think like, yeah, but that's because she's a very together mom. And like, no, you know, from the outside looking in, you got to give me this. From the outside looking in, we always think like you seem very just organized,
ready to
together.
go.
Yeah, you seem like you're very routine based and like you've got them on a good regimen. And so one of the things I was thinking as I was hearing him talk, like, so our immune's down, we're going to be a few degrees more towards depression, even if we don't have any reason to be. It's cold. We are uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking, like, I picture you, right or wrong, but I think it's a good analogy either way, that you would have already probably bought their winter clothes and stuff ahead of time. And I was thinking, this is why we tell them before we start a late winter this year. And we're already have lost a little immunity, health-wise and mentally. But when you're in a good spot, that would be the time to say, winter's coming, we can expect it, we know it, we can be anything but surprised when it happens.
And that is exactly
Right.
why we set up this 5th grade curriculum.
That's right, and that's where I'm getting
It's
this.
this
I always am borrowing
preparation.
your metaphors. That's what I was
Yes,
thinking.
and it was exactly
There will be no
that.
excuse for the surprise. Anything else, they can be uncomfortable now, but why not do it while? Let them be uncomfortable while they're still comfortable.
Well,
if that makes sense.
So
Right?
what we're saying is if we know there are certain passages that we go through, right? Even as adults, we know we're hitting the 40 mark or the 50 mark, like those big, or the 60 mark.
40?
The big mark. No, we're right.
That was ages ago.
So, but we hit these certain marks, like the preparation is, you know, it doesn't have to be wrought with an anticipation that's dreadful. Like, oh, we're heading into winter. Oh, we're going into 6th grade. What helps that is a sense of, okay, how do we get ready for that? How do we begin to get
because
ready
the most
and
normal
honor
thing
it?
is, as a human is that there will be change, but we're still always caught off guard.
Yes.
And when you talk about the strong in mind, it's your executive functioning, which we wouldn't even be able to get into today, but it's something to think about, which means the transition. And I'll say this really quick, which means letting go of something. So you have to, your traditional psychological approach would be disengage,
Right.
shift attention, and then you re-engage. And that's what you're gifted with, is getting kids to do that.
Right.
But
be in a
moms have to
process.
kind of do it first, but we're asking them to do that every season, every day.
Yeah.
But if we can't do it with the small stuff, with the shorts and the pants, you know, but
Everything
it's getting
is
them, finding
leading.
a way to do that.
Yes.
Do you want my secret about the
Yes,
shorts and
yes,
the pants?
Yes, tell us.
I take all the shorts and put them away, and I leave a pile out, and I say you could pick out 3 of your favorite shorts, and if you have a day at school and you come home and you feel like you really want to put shorts on, you can wear them just inside the house. And if that
Wonderful.
makes you happy,
So you've
I'm
made a
happy.
thing what you will take
Right.
with you.
There's, yes,
Yeah.
and what's still here that we could work with, that's the
Right.
middle ground.
Told you you're doing
found
it.
the middle
I knew it.
ground.
I knew it.
well, in a
Exactly.
world where not just seasons, but any transition
Right.
poses a threat to calm functioning.
And on the
Yes.
spectrum
You
is
have
the
to be
worst to
ready to
transition.
try anything.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And to find this idea of middle ground and listening to your children, which was so beautiful from Miss S, really talking about that, like, okay, let's really hear what you're saying and work with
That was
that.
cool. She said,
And
yeah.
so the thing, what I just occurred to me, and maybe it's a nice way to close out today, is that change is inevitable and transitions are always happening, and part of change is very scary. But the other part is reflecting with children about how they've changed
Right.
is very hopeful. So Noah, who can say, how do you even say this in 4th grade? I had anger issues in kindergarten, and now that's not here. Or Gianna to say, yeah, I wouldn't close that bathroom door, but
Yes.
now I'm okay. It registers a history
Right.
of
Success.
hope, success.
That's exactly.
If I got
yes.
through this, I'll get through that.
Mm-hmm.
And again, always, I want to hold on to this so strongly. Doing it in a way that retains a child's true spark and true essence that can never be sacrificed for a certain conformity to what is expected. And with that said, if we all can do that and pay a little more attention even to our own transitions and have that kind of patience and honoring of ourselves, I think we'd all be better off.
Easy
So,
peasy.
and with
Go
that
do it.
said, until
If
next
only.
time,
Aw.
thank you. We'll see you
Bye.
next time. Call to the principal's
Aw.
tables. Thank you, moms. That was amazing. And we're out.